Ever wondered what it feels like to slowly lose faith in humanity one movie at a time? Well, grab some popcorn, as today we're diving into the top 20 worst Steven Seagal films, where the only action you'll see is your brain cells desperately trying to escape. Welcome to DoubleReel. Number 20, Contract to Kill. Imagine staring at a wall. Now give that wall a ponytail, make it mumble incoherently about CIA operations, and stretch it out over 90 minutes. That's Contract to Kill. This movie isn't so much a contract as it is a restraining order against entertainment. Steven Seagal plays a dual CIA DEA operative, though you'd never guess it, considering he spends most of the movie sitting down, presumably because standing requires more effort than he's willing to give. Number 19, Attack Force. This film is so disjointed, it feels like it was edited by someone using a blender. Seagal's character is supposedly an elite soldier, but he looks more like he's about to ask for the senior discount at Denny's. The real attack force here is the assault on your brain cells. Number 18, End of a Gun. The title is fitting because by the end of this movie, you'll wish you put yourself out of your misery. Seagal stars as a former DEA agent who looks more like a Walmart greeter who wandered onto the set of a bad action movie. The plot involves a heist, but the real crime here is against cinema. Watching this is like enduring a root canal without anesthetic, painful and utterly unnecessary. Number 17, Black Dawn. This movie should have been called Blackout, because that's what you'll be hoping for while watching this disaster. Seagal returns as Jonathan Cold, a name only slightly less ridiculous than the idea of Seagal playing a secret agent. The action is about as thrilling as watching a sloth run a marathon, and the dialogue is so wooden it could double as firewood. You won't find any dawn here, just an endless night of bad filmmaking.
Step away from the device.
Cole, you don't know what you're doing. I'm after the same ends as you.
Number 16, Out for a Kill. Seagal as an archaeologist is like casting a brick as a race car driver. It makes no sense and crashes spectacularly. In Out for a Kill, Seagal's character is digging up more than artifacts. He's unearthing the remains of his career. The special effects are so bad, they make 1980s video games look like Avatar. The plot is a convoluted mess that feels like it was written by someone who failed high school English, and the acting is about as lively as a fossil. Number 15, Gutshot Straight. This movie is a poker game where everyone loses, especially the audience. Seagal's role is so small that it feels like he wandered onto the set by accident and they just rolled with it. The plot is thinner than Seagal's hairline, and the dialogue is so forced it sounds like it was written during a bathroom break. This film tries to bluff its way through, but anyone watching will fold after 5 minutes.
On one condition, you get the fuck out of here. I won't see you again. You understand?
Number 14, Submerged. If only this movie had stayed underwater, where no one could find it. This movie is about as coherent as a drunk uncle at Thanksgiving, with a plot that sinks faster than the Titanic. Seagal plays a mercenary, but his performance suggests he's more interested in the buffet table than saving the world. The action sequences are as thrilling as watching a turtle cross the road, and the only thing submerged is Seagal's enthusiasm. Number 13, Today You Die. This feels more like Today You Nap. Seagal's character is a former thief, but the only thing being stolen here is your time. The movie is a hodgepodge of cliches with a plot that feels like it was pulled out of a bargain bin. Seagal's performance is so lifeless you'd think he was paid in Ambien. By the end, you'll wish you could trade places with the title and die of boredom instead. Number 12, The Foreigner. The Foreigner is a spy thriller that's neither thrilling nor about much spying. Seagal plays a courier, but he moves with all the urgency of a sloth. The film's pacing is slower than a DMV line, and the plot is so convoluted that you'll need a map and compass to navigate it. The only mystery here is how this movie was made in the first place.
Jonathan, behind you!
Number 11, Against the Dark. This is Seagal's attempt at a vampire movie, but the real bloodsuckers are the filmmakers draining your will to live. Seagal plays a katana-wielding vampire hunter, but he looks more like he's hunting for a place to sit down. The vampires are about as scary as a group of goth teens, and the action scenes are so poorly executed that you'll wish for daylight just so it ends. Number 10. Sniper Special Ops. This flick is the action equivalent of false advertising. Seagal plays a sniper who barely snipes, spending most of the movie lounging in a chair. The special ops team in this film is about as competent as a group of mall cops, and the action is as slow as Seagal's movements. By the end, you'll feel like you've been the one under siege by bad filmmaking. Number 9. Force of Execution. This movie executes one thing perfectly: disappointment. Seagal is supposed to be a crime lord, but he delivers his lines with all the menace of a sleepy grandpa. The plot is so tangled that it feels like it was written by a cat on a keyboard, and the action scenes are as dynamic as a game of shuffleboard. Number 8. Kill Switch. Kill Switch is the movie equivalent of a broken light switch. Flick it on and nothing happens. The editing is so erratic that it feels like the movie was put together by someone with a personal vendetta against coherence. The only thing getting switched off here is your interest. Number 7. A Good Man. A Good Man is like a bad joke, except nobody's laughing. Seagal stars as a retired operative, but the only thing he's operating is your patience. The plot is as predictable as a reality TV script, and the action scenes are as sluggish as a snail on a treadmill. If this is what qualifies as a good man, then we're in serious trouble. Number 6. Flight of Fury. Flight of Fury is a movie so grounded it never takes off. Seagal plays a pilot, but he's about as convincing as a penguin with wings. The plot nosedives from the start, and the action is so dull you'll be reaching for the nearest parachute to bail out. Number 5. Mercenary for Justice. Mercenary for Justice is a mercenary movie that should have been left on the cutting room floor. Seagal's character is caught in a web of double crosses, but the only ones getting crossed here are the audience. The plot is so overcomplicated that even the actors look confused, and the action sequences are as thrilling as watching paint dry. If this is justice, we're all doomed.
Hey, no worries, Johnny boy, we made it, didn't we?
Number 4. Driven to Kill. This film is like driving with the parking brake on, slow, frustrating, and utterly pointless. The plot is so generic it could be replaced with any other Seagal movie and no one would notice. The action scenes are so forgettable that you'll be checking your watch more often than the screen.
First time you ever are punished for telling a bad joke.
Number 3. Born to Raise Hell. Born to Raise Hell is about as hellish as a lukewarm cup of coffee. Seagal plays an Interpol agent, but his performance has all the urgency of a sloth on a siesta. The plot is thinner than a wafer, and the action is as flat as a pancake. The only thing getting raised here is the question of why Seagal keeps making movies. Number 2. Urban Justice. This movie is Seagal's attempt at street-level grit, but it's more like watching a suburban dad try to rap. Seagal's character is out for revenge, but the real revenge is the one this movie takes on your free time. The dialogue is so cringeworthy that it feels like it was written by someone who's never been outside their gated community. Number 1. Pistol Whipped. Pistol Whipped should have been titled Audience Whipped, because by the end of this movie, you'll feel like you've been through the ringer. Seagal stars as a disgraced cop with a gambling problem, but the only thing worse than his character's luck is the film itself. The plot is about as predictable as a sunrise, and the action scenes are slower than a dial-up connection in the 90s. Seagal's performance is so lethargic that you wonder if he's been sedated. The only thing getting whipped here is your patience as you try to make it to the end credits. And there you have it, our 20 worst Steven Seagal movies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content.